What's going on, everybody? It's Daniel here from Glisco, and today I got the Steam Deck in my hands. Here it is, the beautiful Steam Deck, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of a mod today on this unit. I wanna remove the back of the Steam Deck entirely and replace it with a custom-made Glisco backing plate that's gonna be really cool, and I'm excited to show you guys what it's gonna look like. So before we go right into the resin, we wanted to test out an FDM print, which we did. We actually added the texture and our logo on the back of it just for add some functionality and some style to the back of the Steam Deck. But the thing is, we need to make sure that it fits. So we grabbed this model online and we're gonna show you some screen recordings of that as well. And now all we gotta do is open up the Steam Deck and test this out. So let's go ahead and do that. So while I'm gonna be taking out the screws, I may be pressing down on this. I did notice that I was pressing down on it. So I'm gonna add the Joy Guardians to prevent the pressure and the movement on the front joysticks. Cross promo there for you. So now we got some protection on here, which is nice. All right, so once you have those out, don't ask me. I can't, how do I guess. Did you get that on film? That was fairly aggressive, and I don't recommend that, but hey, you know, this is what we gotta do, what you gotta do. So we don't have a model with the buttons actually integrated in, so we're gonna have to either figure out a way to design the buttons so they are gonna be printed inside of this, or just have them secondary. And voila, we have the Steam Deck. We have the opening of the Steam Deck. That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty sweet. All right, so now for the test. In terms of the fitment, just overall fitment, it does look like it fits. Let's just try and put 1 or 2 screws in here. I just lightly put 2 screws in and boom. Now we have our custom FDM backing plate for the Steam Deck, which is the first draft. For a first draft, this is pretty good, I will say. It does fit on there. The screws fit. Actually looks pretty cool. It feels much different. One thing I will say, I think we should add a nice texture to these grips, but overall, this is pretty cool. So I think we can figure that out, and we're gonna go back to the drawing board and we'll see you right now. Safety first, put some gloves on. Boom, we in. We got some dark smoky black resin, so it's gonna look really cool. It's gonna be translucent, which I'm really excited about. So then we're gonna be able to see all of the electronics behind the Steam Deck, which is gonna look really sweet. Let me break this off. You gotta shake the resin, make sure it's nice and mixed. Ooh, there's a little cap on here, it's cool. It's like a milk cap. All right. Ready to pour the resin in. Let's get it into the machine. And we press play. The build plate is going to sink down into the vat and start the first layers. Ooh. Close it up. Close up the tent. And wait 6 hours. 6 hours we go, or 8 hours. How long's the print, Tony? 18 hours? Oh, now we wait 18 hours. 18 hours. Filming? Yeah. So sadly, we opened up the tent last night and it failed. These kind of things happen when you are dealing with resin. So what we're gonna have to do is pull the plate off, the build plate off, clean the print off the plate, make sure that there's no leftover resin inside the vat, and then reslice the code, format the card, just make sure it's not corrupt, and then run the print again. We could see that it didn't get very far, probably about 5 minutes, 10 minutes in, and then it failed. So we're gonna scrape this part off. These are those just supports that were on the plate here. I'm feeling this to see if any resin got stuck, and it did. I could feel the resin here. You really wanna make sure, again, when you're working with resin, I'm gonna bring the vat here, so it had to be extremely clean, or else you risk getting uncured resin on the bottom of the vat. And you can see how satisfying this is gonna be. Look at that. Resin back in, take our build plate, looks good, make sure it's not dripping too much. We're just gonna run the same print again, and hopefully this time it comes out good. Press play. So we had some issues with the larger format printer. It didn't print, failed quite a few times, so we moved it over to the smaller machine. What we did was we split the model in half and we printed it on the Elegoo Saturn. So we can see here, there's the model, split in half, came out pretty good. It looks good. Lots of supports around the base. We went ahead and we also just went with the standard black instead of the smoke, because that's what we had inside the smaller resin machine. We could take this off. We're gonna take the parts and we're gonna put them directly into the basket. Here they're going to wash for about 15 minutes. Take all the supports off the print here. Now we're just gonna wait for them to dry. And then once they dry, we're gonna cure them inside the UV curing machine. I'm probably gonna paint it, and then we'll attach them together and put them on the Steam Deck. Now we're gonna go ahead and put them in the curing machine here. Once cured, they're gonna be nice and solid. Then we can attach them to the Steam Deck. Part's done, we attached it. Now we're gonna paint it. So we finalized the back piece, the back plate right here, and we painted it in a nice gloss, as you guys saw. So now we're going to open the back of the Steam Deck and then replace it with our custom back plate. Let's get into it. So one thing that our backing plate does not have is the mesh filter that this has installed on it. So luckily we sell a performance kit that has one of those filters in it. So we're going to be installing that on the outside of the Steam Deck backing plate once we are done. And now comes the fun part. I still have not got a wedge to pop this back plate off. So you know what though, it actually came off easier because I took it off once before. Right here, a mesh filter. We have our custom backing plate for our Steam Deck fully installed, ready to play. I have to say, it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But you know, the idea is there and we just needed to refine this a little bit. I think the problem that we ran into, the biggest problem was the fact that we had to make it in two pieces. So when we glued it together, it kind of had a little bit of a shift and a little bit of a warp. But overall, it looks pretty cool and the theory's there. Just need to refine it a little bit. It looks cool. There we go. Ready to play. Boom. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like these kind of Steam Deck videos, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.